And I'm there with you. Young doctor, I want you to
Prosecuting Attorney's Office. You know your party's extension? Please press 1 now. Our regular operating hours are 8 a.m.
I do not recognize that as a valid entry.
You have reached the Benton County Prosecuting Attorney's Office. You know your party's extension?
Wait while I transfer your call.
You have reached the desk of Andy Miller. Please leave a message. Thank you.
Record your message at the tone. When you are finished, hang up or press pound for more options.
Yeah, Andy Miller, it's Felix Barela. I'm at the 500 East Main Street, Othello, Washington, where the State Patrol office dropped me off and connected with the services because I was walking on I-90. Since he called in the sheriff's unit and they dropped me off at the doorway so I can pick up my information. Anyways, I'm at the services here, and I got the check stub of City of Warden. This is 12 South Main Street, Warden, Washington, 98837. $14.80, and it's received by Felix Barela. I get the fingerprint sensors and the sensors and then the download systems for the $35 million in account. Fingerprints are in services. I'm at the Social Security office, so I can release the $35 million into the account because I'm Felix Barela. So the winning lotto ticket for the Ritzville U.S. Bank services, that military discount for the vault and also the account, the checking and savings account, and that still stands. So I'll just walk over there and sign the waiver against the system. I get your first name, your last name on this document. It's 216 miles, and that's 216 miles for each violation on the signature on this piece of paper, that ain't even yours. I'll fax it straight to you. If you want to pick him up on the administration office, he's on the administration office at the City Hall on the camera for the truck backing up on the country store, and you got guys stealing stuff or whatever. And that's not me. And you better go have some administration office and go show the first and last name of my baby pictures and your services that you have in your possession on the wall there. And information on that, Mrs. Cox and Mrs. Melissa McKnight and Mr. and Mrs. Services. The real first name and the first last name on there is, but I guess the signature, so that's part of the licensing for your reissuance of your driver's license, reissuance of the business UPI number, reissuance on the Social Security check, and issuance for your 1041 401k and also 10 W-2 forms at age 18 and age 15 when you first got your violation on your DUI and possession of the open container and closed container, and also the services they have on lowering the caskets, putting the caskets in, because they didn't know how to use a shovel, didn't know how to use a pruner, didn't even know how to use a machete, and didn't know how to work on the crew with the services because of the residential and discrepancy on Department of Licensing. Since you put them on probationary and services when he was in California, he got diversion when he came here in Washington. There's a violation service here on the probate on the Washington State and federal guidelines. You can come on over right now and come over. It's only 7:46 p.m. It's March 2nd, 2020, and she said something about murder trial, or the preliminary and pre-trial and an omnibus, and there's an appeal. There's a 90-day appeal on that. I have no problems. You put me on the same cell units with the murder, premeditated murder, and also the stalker, and the services they provide for your leniency of plea bargaining, for your contingency plan with drug addict individuals, getting a scapegoat, getting a hand out from a DHCPS office, and you put a badge uniform on them and make it look real good. I'll be here all day, Andy Miller. Thank you so much. I want to submit this in fax, type it up in PDF and scan it and send it on email. It'll be on Facebook, YouTube, 180 apps. I'll take care of it right now.
To send this message, press pound or hang up. To play it.
And Miller and Felix Barela at the 500 East Main Street, Othello, Washington, where the State Patrol office dropped me off and connected with the services because I was walking on I-90. Since he called in the sheriff's unit and they dropped me off at the doorway so I can pick up my information. Anyways, I'm at the services here, and I got the check stub of City of Warden. This is 12 South Main Street, Warden, Washington, 98837. $14.80, and it's received by Felix Barela. You get the fingerprint sensors and the sensors and then the download systems for the $35 million in the account. Fingerprints for services, and I'm at the Social Security office. So I'm going to release the $35 million into the account because I'm Felix Barela. So the winning lotto ticket for the Ritzville U.S. Bank services, that military discount for the vault and also the account, the checking and savings account, and that that still stands. So I'll just walk over there and sign the waiver against the system. I get your first name, your last name on this document. It's 216 miles, and that's 216 miles for each violation on the signature on this piece of paper, not even yours. I'll fax it straight to you. If you want to pick them up on the administration office, on the administration office in Metro City Hall out in Tama, for the truck backing up on the attention store, and you got guys stealing stuff or whatever. And that's not me. And you better go have some administration office and go show the person ask them my baby pictures and your services that you have in your possession on the wall there. And information on that to Mrs. Cox and Mrs. Melissa McKnight and Mrs. Services. The real first name and the first last name on there is, but that gets the signature, so that's part of the licensing for your reissuance of your driver's license, reissuance of the business UTI number, reissuance on the Social Security check, and issuance for your 1041 401k and also 10 W-2 forms at age 18 and age 15 when you first got your violation on your DUI and possession of the open container and closed container, and also the services they have on lowering the caskets, putting the caskets in, because they didn't know how to use a shovel, didn't know how to use a printer, didn't even know how to use a machete, and didn't know how to work on the crew with the services because of the residential and discretionary department licensing. Since you put them on probationary and services when he was in California, you got diversion maintainer in Washington. There's a violation service here on the probate on the West State and federal guidelines. You can come on over right now and come on. It's only 7:46 p.m. It's March 2nd, 2020, and she said about murder trial, or the pre-Mary and pre-trial anonymous. There's an appeal. There's a 90-day appeal on that. I have no problem you putting me on the same cell units with the murder, premeditated murder, and also the stalker, and the services they provide for your leniency of plea bargaining for your contingency plan with drug addict individuals, being a scapegoat, being a handout from the DHCPS office, and put a badge uniform on them and make it look real good. I'll be here all day anyway. Thank you so much. I want to submit this in fax, type it up on PDF and scan it, and send out an email. It'll be on Facebook, YouTube, or however you got. I'll take care of it right now.
To send this message, press pound or hang up. To play it, 3. To re-record it, 4. To add to it, 5. Your message has been sent. If you would like to try an extension, you may do so now. Goodbye.
Mailbox for attorney Eric Puccio at the Cooney Law Office. I'm sorry I missed your call. Please leave me a detailed message, and I'll call you back as soon as I can. Thank you.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Yeah, it was Jim Cooney and also the variation of Dallas Cooney. They told me to recall. This is the service they have with McKinnon. Mr. Schwab, Mrs. Schwab on the services. Disclosure for $10,000 PIP, which is Cross Street and Sacman. They deposit the U.S. bank account for that account of $10,000. I'm sorry. There's a $10,000 account for stipulations for taxes, faxes, stipulations, appearances. If you fail to appear and somebody didn't appear, they have a squash and the services for the equipment, services for the Verizon equipment, services for the Canon equipment, and it's an EP and a toner and some other services, whatever the discrepancy was for the Wi-Fi. Since that's a Washington House, it's 56 on Freitas C Street, Southwest Basin Street, and of course, the service for the notary service, and also for the sitting time and consult time. And I don't use the toilet paper, and I definitely don't use the alcohol, and I definitely use the plates. I use my own fork and my own spoon. Any of the services that are expensive, they use for cross-reference times for mileage is 216 miles, and also the jury duty for selection of who I want on jury duty. And if you're caught with a police officer talking to a police officer, you're pulled out of jury duty. Can you give them a call at 509? It's 488-3935, Carol J. Benzel. You can have some words with her and get the information on the guns permit and services that she's issued out, a gun and weapon, because they had Miss Carol J. Benzel at Sunny Farms at the stop sign, and she was writing and fracting all these individual, how would you say, these respondents and correspondents and respondents, and also the defendants and co-defendants and victims, and the petitioning for the services for the Discrepancy Act. I'll be here all day. Thank you so much. That's 500 East Main Street, Washington. That's 425 East Main Street, 400. And that's 509-488-3935. And that's the service that they got. It's fax. It's Andy Miller at CO Benton, Washington. online. You got the LD. It's ld.com, Cooney law firm, and that kind of confirmation on eScan. I can submit that as well. And information that corresponds with the services for the $4,000, and Mr. Andy Miller another $3,000, and also the services he distributed for another, the $3,000 for McKinnon, and he'll step in for the private counsels and service.
You have reached the maximum time permitted for recording your message. If you're satisfied with the message, press 1. To listen to your message, press 2. To erase and re-record, press 3. If you're satisfied, you have pressed an incorrect key. If you're satisfied with the message, press 1. To listen to your message, press 2. To message review.
Jim Cooney and also the variation of Dallas Cooney and told me to call. This is the service we have with McKinnon. Mr. Schwab on the services. This is going for $10,000 PIP, which is Cross Street Sacman. We deposit the U.S. bank account. So that account of $10,000 is a $10,000 account for stipulations for taxes, faxes, stipulations, appearances. If you fail to appear and somebody didn't appear, you have a squash and the services for the equipment, services for the Verizon equipment, services for the Canon equipment, and it's AP and a toner and some other services, whatever the discrepancy was for the Wi-Fi. Since that's Washington House, it's 56 on Freitas Street, Southwest Basin Street, and of course, the service for the notary service, and also for the sitting time, the consult time. And I don't use the toilet paper, and I definitely don't use the alcohol, and I definitely use the plates. I use my own fork and my own spoon. Any of the services that are expensive, they use for cross-reference time for miles, 260 miles, and also the jury duty for selection of who I want on jury duty. And if we're talking with a police officer, talking to a police officer, you're pulled out of jury duty. Can you give them a call at 509-488-3935, Trail J. BENZEL. You have to work with her and get information on the guns permit and services that she issued out, gun and weapon, because they had Miss Carol J. BENZEL at St. Farms with a stop sign, and she's writing and tracking all these individual, how would you say, these respondents and correspondents and respondents, and also the defendants and co-defendants and victims, and the conditioning for the services for the Agency Act. I'll be all day. Thank you so much. That's 500 East Mystic for Washington. That's 425 East Mystic 400, and that's 509-488-3935. And that's the service of the gas. It's fax. It's Andy Miller, SCO, Benton, Washington, online. You have the LD. It's LD.com training law firm, and that's confirmation on eScan. I can submit that as well. And information that corresponds with the services for the $4,000. And Mr. Andy Miller, another $3,000. And also the services you distribute for another $3,000 for McKinnon. And he'll step in for the properties.
If you're satisfied with the message, press 1. To listen to your message, press 2. To erase and to send your message with normal delivery, press 1. To send your message with urgent delivery, press 2. Thank you. Your message has been sent.
State Patrol speaking with?
It's Felix Barela. Can you hear me clearly, or do I have to use the other device? The one that the police officer broke, or the one that I bought? Is this working at all? Or am I muffling?
Who
Or?
are you looking for?
Oh no. Can you hear me? I'm over at the Othello Police Department. Yeah, I'm at the Othello Police Department. I have a court date, and I got some documentation here from the services where the 3 gunshots fired by the wannabe services for the agencies. They can't even man up to their services because they don't want to go and get in prison because they're officers of the law, the agencies, the sheriffs, and the state patrol unit, and also the ANCRES they have. They're arguing about a car weaving towards me. So anyways, the resultant manner, they shot gunshots, but I don't peep and I don't snitch on people, and they're gonna put me in a holding cell with the services for crossing the street. I got $7,000 in cash. I'm laying down, and they're all throwing down. I've got to clean up the floor because there's blood all over the floor. But anyways, they're going to release me anyways because I crossed the street. I have no tickets, no fines, no restitution, no new causes, no murder cases, no assaults, no domestic violence, none of that. No child molesting, no raping. No, I brought my laptop and left it to Annie Miller's office so they can go over all the video on the state patrol vehicle that I was in. And I had a question. Oh, okay. It is I-90. So I got on I-90, and I got on my phone, charged my phone at the sheriff's office anyways, I called Hanson, and then he went berserk. He thought I just took a shortcut to the field, and then connected to I-90. He thought it was like 20 road. Whoa. Okay, well, I'm in Kennewick in Annie Miller's office. I'm in the Mrs. Mueller's office, Mr. or Mrs. Mueller. Anyways, and that's Amy Mueller, and I'm Felix Barela. I have Frank Camusco, and also the service for Forethought, and Rhonda Kaiser, and also the caskets and urns at Pasco, which is connected to Mueller's Vineyard Greenlee Memorial on Court Street. I just had some questions on how would I have to do. I want to sit at the Frienier home in Pasco and serve this guy, and then I want to be at the Kennewick Frienier home and serve this guy. Now I'm in Fellow City Hall with Sean Logan. I took Sean Logan upstairs in Annie Miller's office. No. I have no tickets or nothing. Is there a way I can get online and retrieve this information and submit it and bring it to the judge tomorrow morning so I can have this all processed and downloaded? This guy that assaulted me, he told me to call the cops on this police officer assaulting here in Othello. His name's Eric D. Olson. And there's people for people bus. Oh, Hatcher? Mr. Hatcher, Mr. Keeve, or Taylor? Which one? Okay. I'm in their face, so they're pretty much telling me exactly what and they said and what he said and what not said. And I said, well, so you want me to just sit there and just... What kind of question, or I got a question. If I leave the vehicle at Starbucks, how long do I got to leave it in the Starbucks parking lot? Is it 24 hours? It's on 395 on I-82. Okay. Oh, Farm Brothers provide services for you. So it's $1,000 that you owe me when you go to Simon's Mall, and PF Chains I'll call. You dug in the property, you don't own the property, and I got every right to charge you for the services. Oh, it's my vehicle, and I have receipts, and I gave it to Taylor, Sheriff Taylor, Hatcher, and if you guys want to take it outside, you guys can take it outside. If you keep on touching me or stealing from me, I understand that. I'm in the vehicle. Oh, I'm sorry, Mrs. Soderman and Mrs. Soderman. That's at the apartment 205, Sector 2 Apartments. I'm across the street at Lady Lord's and telling them everything. That's Bob Thompson and Mrs. Thompson. and his daughters. I'm telling them everything. I'm right here. Thank you. I'm telling them everything. .07 or 37, something like that. This is Sunset Acres, and the water lines for the irrigation lines. we have the sick.
hours are from 8:30 to 5 p.m. Monday to Thursday and 8:30 to 4 p.m. on Friday. Please leave a detailed message after the tone.
Yeah, McKenna, I'm over at the City Hall, 500 East Main Street, Othello, Washington. Left a loaf of bread and some other services there for on the step. So that means step 1 and A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, P, Q, R, S, W, Z, Y, Z. That's Mumu Ganja, that's a VOC. There's an E system that's connected to Verizon. There's a Y supply system that's connected. Unlimited service, unlimited gig. That means unlimited, it's a G5. There's a Google service, and the service is on my computer, and that connects to the Trump Towers. And there's a $1,000 fee in the mall. That's Chase Bank. They're charged $1,000 each month for rent. That means you don't own the property. That means a lease agreement, property positions, this service of administration process. So that would be the Farm Brothers. There's a closet in the walkway entrance, and the closet in the walkway entrance is connected to the Look-Your devices that's in the basement walkway, and it goes into the basement systems of New York City. The systems, subway systems, Arizona, San Francisco, downtown San Francisco, and it goes into the 5 borders. There's a Pasco reservation, Yakima reservation, Colville reservation, the Al-Qaeda, Taliban, PISAS is what it's called, the PISAS. It's called PISAS. PISAS, Al-Qaeda, Taliban, ISIS, the northern Shiites. These are Providence. These are urban areas, urban cities. They're migrating. They're in the basement services. I don't know how they got that far, but they did. There's a service that the drone that landed in the area, and they're sitting there cleaning it. They're hand by hand. They don't use equipment. They only use their hands. They're cleaning the equipment off, and they put it inside a area vault, a hangar, and they're making stuff up. And they're waiting for the person to come and show them exactly how to take care of it. They gave them some recommendations of scrubbing it down, rubbing it down, and buffering it by hand. And not getting into the alloy, they're not getting into the surface, they're not using it as a weapon. What they're doing is pretty much babying it until the owner shows up. And the service of the administration office, I think, is pretty crooked system as I see. The information on the Google and the service that you've been activating is activated, is unlimited service. It's for the children. All the children has this service. And I believe there's a feature that you notice. There is a kids feature, only for children and then only for adults. And as you see, the high rated, all children from age 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on up to age 18 till they have to be kicked out the door at age 18. The day 12 a.m. when they turn age 18, they're kicked out or thrown out of the top of the Davenport Trump Tower with a parachute on them, with 5 meals and also a food carrier box with some water and some oxygen tank around their mouth, just in case if they can't swim, because they have so much stuff on them, like money or currency or change, because you know they like going in there and take as much as money they can and walk off with it. But how you put some oxygen tank on them, see how far they can run, see how far they can come back, because they'll come back eventually. Talk to you later.
To listen to your message, press 1. To re-record your message, press 2.
Cimaron with the City Hall, 500 East Main Street, Othello, Washington. Left a loaf of bread and some other services there for on the step. So that is step 1, and A, B, C, D, E, EFG, HIJK, LMP, QRS, WZ, YZ. What's moon, guardian at the bottom. The system that's connected to Blackboard. The Wi-Fi system that's connected, unlimited service, unlimited gig. That means unlimited G5. There's a Google service and a service that's on my computer that's connected to the Trump Tower. And there's a $1,000 fee in the mall. That's Chase Bank. They're charged $1,000 each month for rent. That means you don't own the property. That means the lease agreement, proposition, this service and administration process. So that would be the homeowners. There's a closet and a walkway entrance, and a closet and a walkway entrance is connected to the nuclear devices that's in the basement walkway, and it goes into the basement systems of New York City. The system, subway systems, Arizona, San Francisco, downtown San Francisco, and it goes to the 5 borders tax. There's a Pasco reservation, Yakima reservation, Colville reservation, the Al-Qaeda, Taliban, PISIS is what it's called, the PISIS. It's called PISIS. PISIS is Al-Qaeda, Taliban, ISIS, Northern Shiites. These are more prominent. These are urban areas, urban cities. They're migrating. They're in the basement services. I don't know how they got that far, but they did. There's a service with a drone that landed in the area, and they're sitting there cleaning it. They're hand by hand. They don't use equipment. They only use their hands. They're cleaning the equipment off, and they put it inside a area vault, a hangar, and they're making stuff up. And they're waiting for the person to come and show them exactly how to take care of it. They gave them some recommendations of scrubbing it down, rubbing it down, and buffing it by hand. And not getting into the alloy, they're not getting into the service, they're not using it as a weapon. What they're doing is pretty much babying it until the owner shows up. And the service of the administration office, I think, is pretty crooked system as I see. The information on the Google and the service that has been activated is activated, unlimited service. It's for the children. All the children have this service, and I believe there's a feature that you noticed, there's a kids feature, only for children and then only for adults. And as you see the high rate, all children from age 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, on up to age 18, till they have to be kicked out the door at age 18. The day 12 a.m., when they turn age 18, they're kicked out or thrown out at the top of the Davenport Trump Tower with a parachute on them, with 5 meals, and also a food carrier box with some water and some oxygen tank around their mouth, just in case if they can't swim, because they have so much stuff on them, like money or currency or change. Because, you know, they like going in there and take as much money as they can and walk off with it. But how you put some oxygen tank on them, see how far they can run, see how far they can come back, because they'll come back eventually. Talk to you later.
To listen to your message, press 1. To re-record your message, press 2. To cancel and not leave a message, press 3. To leave your message, hang up now.
Here's a seat. Fuck you, bitch. Cute. Get that bitch out of here. Hey. Hey, baby. Yeah, you want to suck my dick, girl? Yes, yes, with taser ass. Taser. Taser. Hey, taser. Taser.